What's up, guys? You ready to go fishing? We're gonna go relax. Have a nice freaking afternoon, evening, whatever it is, with our favorite beverage. Going fishing. You know, I have a lot of good memories of fishing with my dad. A lot of good ones. If I could only find my plug for the light. It disappeared. It disappeared. What? No! Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? It was here, now it's gone. It was here, now it's gone. Where is the plug? Where is the plug? Or do I just intensify these other lights? We don't want graininess, okay? We got high quality stream, okay? No graininess allowed. No graininess allowed. Okay? I gotta find it. I gotta find it. Like, where'd it go? Here it is. Oh, now I remember. I put it with the other light. I put it with the other light because it's light related. But then I forgot about it. But now I won't. You know, the more you repeat something, the easier it becomes to remember. You know? It's kind of how it works. Okay, now. Only I could actually get this set up properly to not be a problem. Screw that light bulb in. Aha! Yikes. Okay, yeah, with multiple lights they can all be less intense and it's a lot less glare in my face. For my eyeballs. You know? There is a difference. Probably more in the background than anything. Okay, you guys. We're ready to go fishing. Too bad I don't have like a fishing controller that'll work with this. Like that'd be so cool. I don't know if they exist. Do they? Let me Google it. Fishing Planet fishing controller. Fishing rod controller? Let's go to Amazon. Let me not show it though. Fishing controller PC. Yeah, there's no fishing control. No, they don't have a fishing controller. Fishing controller. There's one for the Switch. Digital fishing gripper? It's kind of weird. Lithium ion electric fillet knife? That's not what I want. That's for Oculus or Switch. Yeah, it looks like there's no actual like gamepad for PC that's like for fishing. Oh well, maybe we can make our own one day if we really get into this game. If we really get into fishing, okay? If we really get into fishing. If we really get into this game, like really, 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 like really, really, really. Like if this is like the game that we do, that we like, you know, like if this becomes my game for streaming, then yeah, I think so. I got a daily bonus. Let me turn off the music in game. White sound, yeah. Okay. Yeah, they have a regular controller, but... just use keyboard. It's fine. This isn't a super action-packed game, okay? It's literally just hanging out and fishing. Like, don't overthink it. Oh, we got a pro load indicator. Make the bobber bigger. Snag warnings. Okay, we got missions. Start to catch the listed fish in the lake. Oh. Gather your trophy collection by catching different species of panfish. But we're not in Lone Star right now. I'm in Lesney Villa. Okay, so I should probably track that mission then. Yeah, so I need to catch the listed fish. Catch European perch. I need to catch silver bream, Prussian carp, and the common roach. Okay, let's just go there. Connection was lost. I get banned for trying to fish. Yikes. Yeah, just hanging out, playing music, hanging out with you guys. Going fishing. Because that's what it's all about, okay? Worldwide fishing events. Let's go over here. Actually, let's go over here. I mean, there's public rooms. Maybe I should just go to private room. Or how about just a friends only room? I have 2 friends from NMP Discord. Okay, no, I need to enable the other thing. There we go. How about we try to get some fish over here? What's up, bro? How you doing? We're going some fishing times. Just hanging out, trying to catch some fish. I gotta get some silver bream, some Prussian carp, and some common roach. Nice. Vladimir Zelensky. Zelensky! What is this, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? Okay, let the light shine. Let the light shine in. Let the light shine in. Red rum, red rum. Oh, not that shining. Okay. Where are we? Where are we? We're over here. Let me just reel this in, okay? We need to get our shit together. Okay. Oops, that's too close. Okay. I don't think it affects it when I do that. How about we try this spot over here? Yeah, it's kind of hard with the bobber. Yeah, not much been going on. It's mostly like a lot of the same stuff. Okay, looks like we got one almost. Oh, a little teeny one. What do we got here? What's this bad boy doing? Oh, we got it one. 20.24 centimeters. Yeah, look at that beauty. We're gonna keep it. We're trying to make some money. Okay, Marty McFly? McFly! McFly! We gotta make some money. We're not fishing here for sport. Okay? People, we got mouths to feed. Okay? Well, and by mouths to feed, I mean we need to sell it to some merchants so that we can make some money, because we need to buy more fishing gear. I don't know if I need to... It's not a lure, it's a bobber. I don't know how the mechanics work, but we'll figure it out as we go. You know, right now I got a bunch of red worms. I've been told the 10 hook is pretty good. But you know, nothing much like just, there's really not much out there. Sell fish for money. There's no lakes nearby. And this is not a real lake. This is a video game. In this video game, you get money for fish. In real life, you have to have like a special license. You gotta like have merchant like access or whatever. There's a whole bunch of stuff that goes into it. Uh-oh, here we go. Oh, did I... Oh, I got a little teeny one. What's the point of not keeping it? Is there a way, or can I only keep certain amounts? Is it like my inventory or something? Yeah, I have a single hook. Oh, I got, hook number 8. Yeah, that's my hook. Adjust the line length. I don't have much stuff. I have a check license. Here we go. Oh, you have a max weight. So I'm nowhere near there. So eventually you have to release, but like, I can't imagine going through 2,000 kilograms, but maybe there's bigger fish out there. Oh no, 2 kilograms. Okay, I thought I said 2,000 kilograms. Yeah, the max is 2 kilograms. Right now, I only have half. Okay, so I need to, every now and then you need to leave and, like, sell them. What? What happened? Oh, did I accidentally, unequip something? What? Tackle? What is happening right now? Okay. What is going on? I'm still figuring this game out. I just started. So I need to get... Line must be equipped. There we go. Hook. And red worms. There we go. These are for... Yeah, I don't have any of these. Well, there's like a... There's like a leaderboard. Well, this person caught 12,621 fish. They're China #1. But they're not actually #1. What? Oh, because of weekly XP. No, we should do, uniques. Person has caught the most unique fish. 141,000 fish? How do you do this? How long has this person been playing? Trophies? Who has the most trophies? Mrs. Rival Lover? And the most fish at all, 299,687 fish? Well, I mean, how old is this game, is the question. How many fish have they caught over their lifetime? Fishing Planet release date. Yeah, 2015, so it's over the course of like 7 years. Or they're bots. Either they have too much time on their hands, they've just fished a lot, or they're bots. Or there's multiple people playing on the count. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on that people do for some reason. I don't understand why people do this. Yeah, Clacky. Kaminote. Yeah, Clacky, we're playing some fishing. We're just chilling and fishing, okay? It's... There's a sponsored competition? Pegase Twitch at the St. Croix Lake? I gotta check that out. It's a sponsored competition? Oops. There's a sponsored competition? Catch them all. Like Pokemon. There's... Where was it? The St. Croix? Oh no, fishing games. Oh no, Rebecca's playing some fishing games. Oh no. We don't want her to do that. Okay, where is it on the planet? St. Croix Lake. It's like in Canada. Not enough money! I don't have enough money for the travel cost. I'm way over here in Europe. I already traveled to Europe. How come it costs more to go to St. Croix? Oh, because... Probably because it's like a higher level place or something. I don't know. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, we have a fishing license for the Czech Republic already. Wait, do I have to pay more to travel there when I was already there? Not Canada. They're actual fishing competitions, I guess. I mean, that person's a Twitch streamer. There's like 115 people watching on this category, so maybe I can get some new viewers. I don't really know. Oh, wait, did I not change the category? Oh, no. Oh, no. I don't know if I changed the category. Let's do it. I don't really know. You get a couple new viewers from streaming. I mean, case in point, you're here. Other people have come in here, but you know, like, you don't want to play like big giant games. Honestly, you don't really want to stream for discovery in the first place. But if you're going to be streaming, may as well maximize it, which is why I'm restreaming in the first place. Like, I have multiple places where people come in from. Like, Marty McFly is over there on YouTube, you know? But I also do get viewers from Twitch, which is really kind of, contrary to, I mean, obviously you do get a few viewers. And honestly, like, the majority of my viewers actually came through watching through Twitch. So it's like, it's kind of weird. It's unique to every individual. I'm definitely, like, I have a hard time trying to make, content outside of streaming. It's actually been a problem. But I am getting there, and I have made a second YouTube channel that's more focused on edited content. That's like not, you know, my main channel, which is now my stream VOD channel. Now it's just my VOD channel. The one I stream on. You know, that one, the algorithm's gonna hit really hard. So it's better if, oops. It's better if I just you know, do what feels good for me. Honestly, I have so much stuff going on in my life. It's really difficult to also manage some kind of, you know, business growth strategy. And I think it's perfectly fine. I think it's perfectly fine to not always be grinding. It's perfectly fine to just, like, sometimes you don't need to do something that's good for your career. Sometimes you just do a stream just because you just want to chill and hang out with your viewers. And I think that's really what streaming's all about in the first place. But I'm not really focused too much on trying to make money right now. I'm just kind of chilling, and streaming's perfect for that because, you know, I get to hang out with you guys and we can go fishing and stuff. I think I should probably put the webcam on the bottom left instead. Over here, because otherwise it covers the thing over there. There's like information, you know? Information! You are number 6. I am not a number, I am a free man! Anybody who's seen the Prisoner series, the original one. I forgot the guy's name, but it was a very specific, like, kind of memorable name. Prisoner series, really good series. It looked really cool. Yeah, because when I do screen capture, display capture, for some reason on this PC, for some reason on this PC, with this graphics card, it does that. But it's actually kind of cool. It gives me like a little like it gives a little bit, like when I enable the preview, like it kind of looks like you can tell it's paused, and then I can do stuff like. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Just a little bit. Prisoner, you saw Oz? No, it's not like Prisoner like that. It's like they made a joke in The Simpsons about it. I don't know if you've ever saw The Simpsons where he was like Mr. X. It was that. That was a direct parody of that. Like it was a direct reference. There was a show called Prisoner, and there's a reboot. And it's like he was basically like a spy. And that's the whole story. Like, that's how it starts. Like it starts with, like, he's taken away. Like, that's the opening, like, of every episode. It's like a non-verbal, like, scene. where it just kind of shows a montage of him trying to escape, but then he gets taken away to like an island. Who was Mr. X? It was Homer. Remember Homer? He had like he found the internet and then he like made his own website and then he started giving like gossip about stuff. But then it like he knew I don't know, I don't want to give away the episode. Have I played Fall Guys? Yeah, I've been playing Fall Guys, just not on stream. It'd be fun to play on stream sometime, but we need more viewers. Because I would like to make lobbies for you guys, but we don't really have the viewers for that. I mean, I know you need at least 10 people to form a private lobby. So it's like that. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Like basically, he was like a spy for it's a British show, so it's like he's in the UK and he's like a spy or something. Yeah, he's like a spy or something. I don't want to spoil the show. But basically the story of the show is him trying to get out. It's not really about what happened in the past. Like, it's about like him in the prison island. It's all full of people who know too much. You know, it's like one of that kind of, it's that kind of deal. And the whole show is just him trying to escape, and they have that crazy bubble thing that goes over you, and it's very iconic. And if you've ever listened to Iron Maiden, they use the audio from it in the they use the audio from it in the you want to be able to set the hook hard? Oh, I want to be able to. Okay. So I need less slack. And so I have to like reel it in a bit. Ah! If I reel it in too much. There we go. Like that. This music's pumping. This is what fishing's all about, okay? You gotta be pumping to get to fish, you know. This isn't relaxing. This is high intensity sport, high octane sports, okay? High intensity, high octane sports here. You need like freaking power music going. That's how you fish. Oh, IRL fishing experience? Yeah, I don't know how the game works. We'll figure out the actual game mechanics as we go. I just started yesterday with some friends on Discord. Well, Discord friends. There's like a button. Tighten drag. Okay, I can tighten the drag. Increase reeling speed. Increase or decrease line leader. I don't know what that's all about. Oh, reeling speed. Loosen the drag if you catch a big one. Yeah, there's like buttons. There's reeling speed. And there's also like... That's just mouse wheel. What brand is your PC? It's Skytech. Fishing is exactly like this. I know. I used to go fishing a lot with my dad. Him and my brothers would. My brothers did the more like kind of active. You know, I'm a girl, but I know that's like kind of that's kind of stereotypical. But you know, my brothers did the whole like, you know, they sometimes did like sports competitions kind of things. They did horseshoes. I did horseshoes too, but I just enjoyed playing it. I went to the competitions, you know, but like I wasn't really into that when I was a kid. I do like sporting and competition. It's just I'm not really always into that. And in order to get into a lot of these things like archery or fishing, you kind of have to like really involve yourself in it. And it's a really expensive hobby. It's also like I'm not always in the mood to go out and like, you know, be in the sun all day. Especially it's really bad for me. Yeah, every now and then they just won't stop biting. Yeah. And you have to keep releasing. We used to keep them like alive, like on hooks, which apparently is like not a problem for them, but like it does seem like it's like you put like a freaking pokey thing through their freaking cheek and you'd string them along. Apparently it's just like cartilage or something, but still. Did you do makeup when you were a teen? No, I was I was trying to be seen as a male back then. You know, for the longest time in my life, I didn't present as female. And I don't know, it's complicated. Gender dysphoria I didn't really put a word to it. I didn't really put a name to it until I was 18. Through their gill, it's like their lung. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird, but I guess they don't care, or I guess people don't care. I mean, either way, like we would just drag them along. We would go in a floating like inner tube. We would go through an inner tube and we would go through this lake. And like we would hike up this lake, and it was the cleanest lake in our area. It's called Lake El Sanjo. But you had to like climb for like 30 minutes or like 20 minutes if you're fast. It was like a 40-minute climb if you're kind of going slow. Oh, 24 centimeters. 0.292 kilograms. That's a big boy. We'd go hiking up, and it was like, because of the difficulty of getting up there, we would have like backpacks with the boats, because they were inflatable tubes. She didn't come out until she was 40s. Yeah, I mean, I've known people they didn't get their vaginoplasty or even start transitioning until they were approaching 60. So I'm kind of one of the lucky ones. We live in a day and age where people are just realizing, hey, like, it's not weird to be who you are, because everyone else gets to be who they am. Everybody else gets to be who they are. Why can't I be who I am? Why do I have to like live in fear? Like it's a shameful thing, you know? And I think more people are getting that. And even a lot of Republicans are. It's really like some very like kind of small amount of people. She just came out. You've never met her? Oh, okay. Yeah, if it depends on what pronouns they use, because you know they might not be coming out as binary. Some people might not use she/her pronouns. So if they use if this person says she/her pronouns, then just respect the pronouns. I mean, it's really that easy. And sometimes, especially if you've known the person for a very long time, it can be very hard, and it's hard for me too. But it's really important to just realize, you know what? You might make a mistake, but someone will correct you. And most of the time, you know, I don't understand, like, so many people are afraid. Oh, I'm afraid of misgendering people. It's like, dude, most reasonable people, and I'm not talking about the unreasonable people, but there's most reasonable people, if you misgender them and you don't know the person, you've never met them, they'll just correct you. Yeah, being polite in general. Even if like, obviously I wish people would actually, like, you know, see us for who we are. But I can't control how people think. But in the end of the day, you know, it's kind of weird when people are like making an effort to show like their their disgust. And it's also really unfounded disgust too. Like really, like I'm just here living my life, minding my own business, and then someone comes along and says, "You're a dude." Like, no, nobody else is thinking that. Like, most people are just going about their own business, living their own lives. They probably don't even see me in the first place. They're living their own lives, just they don't even see anybody else. Most people are kind of living in their own self-interest. Honestly, like, I hate to break it to them, but most people don't even know I exist. Break it to myself, too. But honestly, most people don't really care about, like, exactly, like, labeling exactly, like, what pronouns that person should be, or, like, you know, oh, like, what stage of their transition are they on? I need to know exactly how much I should accept them. It's just psychotic. Yeah, experience in Twitch chat. Like, I mean, if somebody says she, her pronouns, use she, her pronouns. If they say he, him pronouns. If they say they, them, I don't care if somebody says she, her. Like, if somebody, you know, that's going to be like one person out of every million or something. There's like basically, I mean, there's more than that. But like, you know, there's not really many people who use neopronouns, like, seriously. Like, I think most people who'd use them would probably use them just kind of for fun. Because it's just like a silly thing. And it kind of illustrates the kind of like irrelevance of pronouns. Pronouns are usually only useful as you make them. Like, it's just useful for like illustrating someone. And also, and honestly, you could really fit any word to indicate a pronoun. It really doesn't matter. Like, in the end of the day, just be a fucking person and just respect people and just go about your day. Like, these people make an effort to like make a show like, oh, I saw that person, that dude, pretending to be a woman, standing and peeing in the women's restroom. Well, first of all, I personally have always sat down to pee, you know, except when I was going the other way and I was trying to live as a man. It's strange. Like, yeah, neopronouns, honestly, I do think they're kind of cringe, but then I feel like it's not really the same thing as, like, people just respecting their gender identity. Because I feel like with people just declaring their pronouns like they, them, or she, her, or he, him, I think that's pretty reasonable, and I think that's not... But I think, like, when people start using, like, neopronouns, like, declaring their, like, their fursona and stuff like that, or, like, they use Zizur or Zizim... I don't really care, honestly, and if I meet somebody, which is very rare, I met like one person. I didn't even know this person. First of all, I didn't even know this. It was like a person public speaking. And this person used Jijim. And I'm like, okay, well, Ji's speaking right now. Like, what's the deal? Or if you don't want to use the pronouns, just use their name if it's uncomfortable to you. And it's really not that difficult. And most people... I think once they start realizing how ridiculous it is to get angry about it, they kind of calm down. And I think, like, a large amount of Republicans are actually, like, don't really have any problems with trans people. Contrary to what you would see on the internet, a lot of people are just conservative and, like, super conservative. And I think, like, what it is they just want everyone to know their disapproval. And it's like, it's kind of psychotic. Like, dude, like, go live your life. And then it's like, I don't think anybody is like, if, you know, people say, oh, I used to get mad about people calling me dude or saying bro. And I'm like, I'm in California, you know. Yeah, when you know someone for a very long time, it is hard. It's the same person, I understand. But the thing is like at no time, and this is the mistake a lot of trans people make, in my opinion, is you cannot just allow them to keep going because they're going to just keep doing it if you don't tell them to stop. You know, it's not like they're hurting you, but they are hurting you if they're specifically going out of their way to do it, and they're not trying at all. And I understand it can be difficult, but everyone in my life who's made an effort has not had a problem with it. Like, at all. Because all you have to do is just correct yourself and move on. And not make a big deal out of it. Because I think what happens, I'm not making a big deal out of it if someone misgenders me on accident. I do it sometimes too, and it's really frustrating. Because I went like my whole life with a completely different understanding of my identity until I was 18, and then there was like a period of time that was kind of like I closeted again and like all sorts of stuff. It's okay to tell them to stop. They should be polite. Yeah, exactly. It's okay to tell somebody to not, you know, all you have to do is say, like if someone says, oh, you know, he's speaking, and you say, oh, she. And then that's the end of it. But when somebody starts getting defensive and screaming about it, you have to be patient with me. And they're literally making a big deal out of it when it didn't have to be. They get really angry about it. They get defensive. And it's like, dude, it's not about you. Okay? Has nothing, like, this is not, they're making it about them. And, you know, that's a problem. Have you been hit on more? Online I have. Like, a lot more, actually. But, I don't usually go out in public, and when I do, people don't usually hit on people around here. I mean, I don't really go out to places where that happens. I don't go to bars. Yeah, if you're a straight male and people misgender you, like, yeah, you might personally not care, but other people, you know, other people who have gender dysphoria, you know, it affects them differently. And not just about gender, though. Like, you know, I try to take this away from just making it like an us versus them thing. Because really, like, this is a bigger thing that's like a broad kind of spectrum of the way people are treated and treat each other, whether it's good or bad or neutral. In general, some people might be okay being misgendered, whether they're trans or not. And then some people, it really affects them. And I think you should just respect the individual. If something is bothering someone and you know, maybe they'll be polite at first. They kind of put up with it, but then at some point they like stop you. They say, hey, I've been putting up with this for a while, but I need, like, it's hurting me. Can you please stop? And then that person gets defensive. What do you mean? I'm just being funny. I'm just making a joke. Like, people do that. They're like, oh, it's just, you know, especially dudes, I think. But I think women do this too. It's just like it's like, oh, it's just bros being bros, dude. Like, that's just how we act. We're just having fun. Why are you overreacting? I think, you know, men do it to each other. Like, this isn't even about, like, whether you're trans or not. Like, it's really just, like, inappropriate. You know, and, like, it's just pretty, like, rude. Like, if somebody asks you to stop something and you just say, oh, it's just a joke, lighten up, you know, it's like, well, it's a joke to you. It's not a joke to me. Like, you know, how are you deciding how I should feel, you know? Yeah, and obviously most people who are going to make a point of misgendering you, you could always just block them. And obviously if it's at work, like, that person should, you know, should be fired. That is just workplace discrimination. It's like harassment. It's sexual harassment. If it's sexual, if it's just harassment based on identity, or, you know, like, you know, or sexual orientation, or gender identity, or ethnicity, or religious beliefs. But, you know, there's a difference between having a religious belief and then coming into a workplace and saying, my religion says that you are going to hell, and so I don't have to treat you with respect. That's different. That's something different. That's not religious belief. That's just somebody using a shield of some kind of outdated religious belief that most religions have steered away from. Most churches have steered away from and learned how to accept LGBT people. Oh yeah, the freaking customer service people, they're gonna misgender you, you know. Yeah, I mean, if you have long hair, there's a whole bunch of stuff. This is actually goes beyond. This is actually a bigger issue than trans people. It goes into, like, it's just male culture, because I grew up with that, where it's like, if you look a certain way, if you act a certain way, if you even do certain activities or even play certain video games, people are like, oh, that's a girl's game, and like, you know, whatever. You know, people will just, like, call you, like, less of a man, you know, just for, like, not being what their opinion of what a man should be. And it's kind of messed up. And there's nothing wrong with being a man with long hair. There's also nothing wrong with being a woman with short hair or smaller breasts, because, you know, I hate to break it to some people, but people have different bodies. And I think, in the end of the day, I think the idea of straight or gay or trans, I mean, obviously there is, like, a huge part of a personal identity that should be respected. But I think the whole idea of, like, oh, I'm only attracted to cisgender males who are not bald, who are from a, you know, have, you know, certain skin color, or if they, like, you know, like, when you start, like, going into, like, very specifics about your sexuality, and this goes for all types of people. Some people are like, they list like a billion different things about, like, what they're attracted to. They're like, oh, I'm asexual on Tuesdays, and then on Wednesdays I'm polyamorous, but then on Fridays I'm straight, and yeah, come on, like, just say pansexual and be done with it. In fact, I think the whole idea, and obviously if it's important to you, this is something else. But I think the whole idea of like labeling your sexual orientation is kind of weird. Because in the end of the day, you're attracted to whatever you're attracted to, regardless of, obviously consistency. Like if you're a gay person and you only want to be with other people of your gender and of a certain body type, like people telling you, oh, have you tried, like maybe sometimes you might be attracted to the opposite, but then, it's consistency. And I think people labeling it all the time, especially when it's external, when it's personal, that's different. Like if you're really proud of being gay or proud of being pansexual or proud of being trans, that's one thing. But in the end of the day, like you're going to get turned on by so many different things. I think like, every now and then wanting to suck a dick, if you're like consider yourself straight, you're still straight. Okay? If you want to suck a dick, especially if you want to suck a girl dick. Okay? Because women have penises too. And it's very different regardless of what people will lead you to believe. Just look at a fucking look at a trans woman, look at some trans women naked, and doing sexual acts, and tell me that that's a man. Compare, and then side by side compare it to an actual like dude, like doing sexual acts. Like there's a difference, okay? It's just a different body type, okay? Like not everybody's into it. Not everybody likes penis, okay? Like. Yeah, you're not proud of being straight, you didn't work for it, and you were made that way. That's kind of how it is. I'm proud of being trans because it comes with like kind of like a lot of work that goes into it. But I don't like defining myself as trans, and in fact, like after I'm done with my surgeries, I'm probably, during all that time, I'm probably gonna take a huge break from social media, and then come back kind of naturally. But what I'm gonna do is I don't really feel like I need to go to pride events or like define my whole entire identity by the fact that I'm trans. Some people do, and I think that's perfectly fine. In the end of the day, I'm just another girl, and after my surgeries especially, there's like really no reason to like even talk about it. And obviously because I'm putting myself on the internet, it's public information. But like, it's not like, it's not that I'm trying to hide it. Stealth doesn't necessarily mean you're trying to hide it. It just means I don't want to like start every conversation with like, oh yeah, I'm trans and I had all these surgeries. Here's all my medical history. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want that to be every single part of my identity. Talking a lot of garbage from society. Yeah, it comes with a lot of baggage. And the thing is, the fact that many of us, we still go through with what we go through, knowing that there's all this baggage that comes with it, should probably indicate to people that this is something we need to survive. Like the harassment, and even if you take all the social pressures out and all the harassment and stuff out, like even if you take all that out, like even if you take all that stuff out, there's the fact of the matter that having gender dysphoria and transitioning itself, like the process of getting to a doctor, getting surgery approval letters if you need those for surgery, because some people need surgeries. I do. Facial feminization's coming up November, and next year sometime will be sometime around this time hopefully will be vaginoplasty, and then I'm done. I had an orchiectomy in February. Which is a huge deal because it's been a big deal. Like I am so much like, it's like a huge weight got lifted off of me. And also it's a huge indicator of like, well, this is a small preview of like getting rid of my dysphoria, of when I get the final surgery for it. But getting rid of the things that are just like weighing me down, like literally, and just painful all the time, because taking estrogen over time, it just slowly kills your testicles. Sorry to get technical with you. It may be a little uncomfortable, but it's something I have to deal with. It's a medical reality. And I talk about it a lot right now because I'm going through it. Honestly, my goal is to not have to talk about it. My goal is to just be another person who's happy. Obviously it doesn't mean everything's like perfect or happy. Nobody has that. I don't think there's anybody out there who has a perfect life. And if they do, I kind of feel sorry for them because that means they're delusional. They're completely living in some kind of fantasy world where they think everything's perfect, and one day the world is, reality is going to come crushing down on them, and they're not going to be ready for it. There's so many people out there who live in a fantasy, You know, and the thing is they accuse me of that. It's kind of funny. Like, it's the irony of it. The people who accuse, like, people of not living in reality are they themselves not living in reality. It's kind of like, it really puts things in perspective how, like, how weird these people are. You know, it makes me feel a lot less, it makes me just laugh, honestly. But it took a lot to get there, and I think people need to understand that just because some of us have, like, a thick skin because we've learned a lot of stuff, well, obviously it's a big deal for you, Clacky, because you're not a trans person. You're not, you don't have that kind of gender dysphoria. You like that part of your body, or maybe you're neutral, but I don't know. I can't tell you how you feel. Just like nobody can tell me what I need and what I feel. Like, I can't live my life without this. There's literally no way to do this but to get it. Like, other you know, other than like living in constant torture every single day for the rest of my life, which would probably be a lot shorter because of that. You know, people like want you to like get over it. You can't get over it. You know, this has been going on since I was 18. I'm like 34 now. Like, and I've known about it since I was 18, but it's probably gone on even longer. I hated my body. I absolutely hated being a guy. I hated going through male puberty. Everything about it felt wrong. And I didn't know about it until I didn't know how to put it into words. So I was 18. This didn't happen overnight. This did not happen overnight. Yeah, I mean, if you like, you know, obviously some people look at their body and they say, oh, you know what, I wish this was better. But, you know, there's the degree of, like, how much it affects your life. Because if, like, obviously, if your penis size is, like, causing you to, like, be suicidal or something like that, then maybe there's some other issues there, too. But if it's actually legitimately about your penis size, there are surgeries involved. And I don't know if I feel like phalloplasty stuff is a lot more risky than vaginoplasty stuff. I know that there's like 6 different surgeries that trans men do. It's a lot more of an ordeal than a vaginoplasty. Like, vaginoplasty, they just they do orchiectomy, which I already had, and then they do the penile inversion and all that kind of stuff. They form a labia and a clitoris. Like, it's pretty simple, actually. But I mean, it's still like, it's a very delicate procedure. But it's pretty, like, as far as, like, I don't know, it's like, it's the tissue down there is pretty flexible, and it's the same exact tissue for the most part, regardless of what your gender, like, there's a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, I don't know all the details specifically, but I've done a lot of reading on the subject. It's actually like a really natural thing to do, and obviously doesn't mean everybody should do it. You know, it's like, that's insane. It takes a lot of work to get these surgeries. You have to get like 3 approval letters, waiting lists. Like, I'm on a 2-year wait list that I started in February. All right, 19.996 centimeters, 0.15 kilograms. Okay, where's my inventory? Where do I look at my, There's recipes? Oh, because I can probably keep, like... Okay, every time you leave, it sells them. European perch, Perca fluviatilis, commonly known as the English perch or common perch, is a predatory fish species of the Percidae family, found in Europe and Northern Asia, inhabiting freshwater basins throughout these regions. The European perch lives in slow-moving or still rivers, deep lakes, and ponds. These fish are distinguished by their greenish coloration of the body, with dark vertical bars on their sides and red fins. Adult perch also have a hump between the head and dorsal fin. European perch usually weigh from 0.5 to 1 kilogram, with unique specimens sometimes reaching a weight of up to 2 kilograms. Fully grown perch feed mostly on invertebrates, and other fish. So red worms, bloodworms, and small minnows. Spinners, nano spinners, soft baits, and slop spoons. They don't really get that big? Yeah, trans men don't usually get that surgery too, Marty. So it's like, it's kind of interesting. The data shows that most trans men don't go for phalloplasty. And you know, and the vast majority of trans men who get surgeries get the double mastectomy, you know, to be flat chested, and so they can wear their shirts outside. I mean, so that they can go shirtless outside. Because you can't go shirtless outside if you have breasts, so I can't go shirtless outside anymore. I never went shirtless as it was anyway. I would always wear a shirt outside. I even had trouble swimming in the pool. And there was a lot of stuff that I obviously, like, as I got older, I learned to deal with. But then there's certain things about yourself that only, you know, obviously there's like, you know, dealing with something because you have to deal with it in the meantime is different than just permanently having to deal with something because you should just get over it, you know, whatever these people think that you should do. I think, you know, I think the conversation should go away from just unique to trans people, because I think people don't really understand that, like, trans people, we're just like other people. Like, we have a different needs just like anyone else, and we usually tend to have like a very specific medical regimen. But like, in the end of the day, so do people, like, with different, like, other things going on. Like, I'm diabetic, you know, having to take insulin, you know, you don't see people marching around saying people who have to take insulin aren't real people. They should just learn how to get over it. They should just go exercise more. It's like, you don't understand the science. Like, diabetes, I literally don't create insulin. If exercising more will actually, without taking insulin, if I exercise and I don't have insulin being injected to me, it'll actually increase my blood sugar, which increases toxicity in your blood. So like, if people were like spouting around like, just exercise more, don't be diabetic, it's kind of ridiculous. But like, I don't need to like define myself by being diabetic. I don't have to, like, you know, walk around and defend myself for being diabetic. Like, I don't know why it has to be the same with being trans. It's just a different kind of medical thing going on. It's really no one's business. Oh, they're trans men, so you would say he, him. Oh. Feels a little weird. Well, I mean, I think you should just get over it. Honestly, like, it's none of your business. People are allowed to do it. It's within terms of service. You know, if that person uses he, him pronouns, they're trans man, then respect the pronouns. And if they want to put, I mean, do you feel that way about other people who take their shirts off? I mean, I kind of feel weird that, like, that guys do that in the first place, but honestly, they're not breaking the law, and it's kind of acceptable in society for men to take off their shirts. You know, I think it's kind of weird, but in the end of the day, I really don't think it's anyone's business, and they're not being, you know, obviously if they're being really weird about it, then that's different. Like, if they're, like, rubbing their nipples, that's sexual harassment. You know, if they're walking around, like, you know, rubbing their nipples or putting their body on people's faces, that's actually harassment. But if they're just posting pictures, well, this person's not a woman. This person's a man. You know, some people breastfeed. That's allowed. And honestly, I do think that, like, people not wearing, like, I really think that people sexualizing breasts is actually kind of weird too. But honestly, I don't think most women would want to walk around shirtless, just because it's uncomfortable, because people will sexualize it. But not only that, it's just uncomfortable to have them flopping around so much. Like, I put on some athletic clothes and, like, some tighter shirts, or I put, like, on a bra, you know, because I want things to be, like, kind of, I don't want things bouncing around. It can be kind of uncomfortable. Seems abnormal. It's not really abnormal if men take off their shirts. And, you know, trans men are men too. And they've had double mastectomy, so they have male breast, you know, they have a male chest. And obviously there's different degrees of it, because obviously someone who hasn't gone through hormones, who hasn't had surgeries, can't just like walk into a place and like start acting like they've had those surgeries. Like, you know, if you still have your breasts and you're walking around shirtless, well, that's not generally accepted by society. You know, if you go into like, it's different if you go in, I think the only time that people really do that are like nudist places where it's like, it's acceptable to be nude. You know, because it's like understood that that's like a nudist, beach or whatever. Or if it's like in protest, because women being overly sexualized. And I don't even think that's about like being able, like, I think that like the feminist movement to like destigmatize breasts, you know, like to like take away that like, oh, it's naughty to take off, you know, show your breasts or whatever. It's not naughty, okay? Like, it's just a breast, okay? But I think the reason people protest for that is not because they just want to, I think the reason why is like, not because they just want to walk around without a shirt on. I think the reason why is it's like symbolic, because it's women standing together against like, you know, people who are constantly sexualizing women, attacking women, getting mad if a woman doesn't put out, like at a bar, like, oh, you're wearing makeup and look at what you're wearing. What, you know, and why are you getting mad that I'm hitting on you? It's like, well, because you're in my face. You're grabbing things without permission. You're acting like I have to have sex with you. Like, there's a lot of problems. And obviously not individual people aren't really like this. It's usually like, but it's a part of culture. And there are a lot of people like this. And so it's like, you know, I feel like a lot of men get defensive when like feminist movements come around, because they're like, oh, well, I'm not like that. It's like, yeah, we get it. Like, this isn't about you. This is about those people. Like, we're not saying all men are like this. And anybody like that is really like kind of very, you know, you should see them as the psychotic person they are. They have a psychotic belief that all men are like that. Like, that's psychotic. That's ridiculous. Like, reasonable people understand nuance. Yeah, I mean, you would get an involuntary boner, and honestly, I think it's actually kind of messed up when people shame men for getting boners. It's one thing if you get an accidental boner, and you know you're being like respectful about it, you try to like cover it up or whatever. But honestly, like, there's a difference between getting like sometimes it can't be controlled. Like, you know, like people with vaginas, like mostly women. Obviously, so I think it's perfectly okay to say women, because I think people with people who are trans and have vaginas, I think they understand. Like, most people are reasonable, and they understand that the reason we have like social terminology that's like gendered is because it's most of the people, like, it applies to most of the people are like women who have vaginas and men who have penises. That's the vast majority of people. But honestly, you know, obviously there's some exceptions, because some women have penises and some men have vaginas, and that's perfectly fine. But I feel like men getting random boners, like like women don't have to deal with that, you know. And also like trans women don't have to deal with that as much too, because estrogen changes that. Like random erections, like, you know, stop happening as much. But it's gonna happen when men are aroused. They get an erection. I don't see any problem with that. What I do see a problem is if somebody gets erection and they start rubbing it up against people. That's sexual harassment. That's assault. You know, that's different. But like, if somebody gets an erection and they're like walking around, they get an erection because they get aroused, I feel like it's wrong for people to shame that person. That's abusive. You know, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that goes on with men, and obviously the whole men's lives matter, or men's rights activist, those people are going on about something different. Okay, I'm talking about real issues that like men do face. Like, men might get random boners and everybody like makes fun of them, or they shame them. It's like, dude, like, sometimes people get a boner, okay? Like, big deal. You don't have to look at it. In fact, why are you looking at people's genitals in the first place? Why don't you stay in your own lane and look at your own, look people in the face, or look away from them? If you don't like seeing boners, then don't look at them. Like, geez, some people get boners. Now, if they're like making a show of it, if they're like showing people like, hey, look at my boner, like, and like running around like sticking it out, like that's different. That's harassment. That's sexual harassment. But just someone getting a boner and then like, hey, like, I need to sit down, like, it shouldn't be like, you shouldn't bother people, like, you shouldn't make fun of people for that. It's really fucked up. It's kind of abusive. I don't think there's anything wrong with sexuality in general. And obviously, as long as you're, you know, doing it with the consent of everybody else around you, which is like obviously no children involved because they automatically can't consent. You know, and obviously not everybody's going to consent to sexualized behavior. But if you're on a platform where that behavior is allowed, like there's certain sexualized behavior allowed on Twitch, but there's so many men that like hate women for doing it. And it's like, well, you don't have to watch. They're not breaking the rules. And yeah, you could argue that the rules can change, but the rules are there to protect people, not to like harass people of a specific demographic for who just like maybe they don't want to do porn. Maybe they just want to do more sexualized content that's more like rated like PG-13. You know, and there's a lot of women on Twitch who do that, and I think it's kind of, I mean, I personally think that like, you know, you'd make a lot more followers and a lot more money if you went on a sexual platform that allowed porn and do porn, but then not everybody's comfortable doing porn. Some people are okay doing softcore porn, but some people like doing hardcore porn. Some people don't only like just wearing lingerie. That's perfectly fine. And if, you know, if they pick the platform where that's allowed, like Instagram could show lingerie and kind of like more sexualized poses, or like OnlyFans, it does allow a lot of hardcore stuff, contrary to what people believe, because the way it's worded, the whole change to the policy regarding sexual content was not talking about like vanilla hardcore porn. It was talking about like fetishized stuff like urinating, gore, or anything like that. Like and also Pornhub allows basically everything. Hi, Bugle Boy. Yeah, men do face issues, but I think the biggest thing is when men start acting like their issues are more important than women's. When women have been historically, like, there's a disproportionate, there's nuance, okay? Like, men do have issues, and it does permeate across everyone else, and I think that men need to deal with their issues themselves. I don't think it's anyone's job but themselves. It's an individual's responsibility to be a good man or a good woman, like to be respectful of others and to live a life that's of integrity. And I feel like there's a lot of male values and masculine values that have been lost because people confuse masculinity with some kind of aesthetic. Like they think being like a male is all about being an alpha or having a big dick or being muscular or having a big beard or like a masculine beard. It's like, dude, like you're not more masculine just because you have a dick. Like, and you know, like for, you know, case in point, that's very abusive to trans women because trans women are not more masculine for having a dick. Okay, like, I mean, it's a dick attached to a woman, you know, especially if we've had hormones and surgeries. Like, our body is a woman's body. You know, LGBTQ issues are really all-encompassing because people of all sorts of different demographics are LGBTQ. Like, there's you know, like, all different ethnicities, all different walks of life. Trans people exist across all parts of life. But I think like the whole issue is like it becomes a us versus them thing. And I think that's the wrong way to think about it. I think it's just like, hey, like some people care about being misgendered and some don't. And it's okay if you don't, but that doesn't mean everybody else should match your personal feelings. Like, not everybody is going to feel the same way you do. And I think there is a point where it's like, yeah, but then people can turn that around and say, oh, well, what if people believe that you're not a woman? It's like, well, that becomes like a targeted abuse. That's harassment. Because it's historically stigmatized trans women, made people think that we're like these freaks of nature. It's just made a general toxic environment for us to live in. And so that's considered harassment. It's targeted harassment based on identity. And also like based on appearance. Send the boys to war. Yeah, I mean, some people will say like, oh, well, you know, back in the day, this and this happened. But you know what? You know, there's a lot of things that are happening today that are like, you know, we've figured out how to diminish. Like we figured, like, you know, people didn't have airplanes like 200 years ago. but they somehow traveled. But that doesn't mean that like having airplanes is like wrong. Like it's like the safest way to travel. Like you don't want to take a boat for like a few months or whatever. Where you might get like there's like constantly like things can go wrong. Like, you know, pirates can like take over. The ship can sink. Like all sorts of things can happen. You know, you take an airplane, like you can go overseas like a lot faster and a lot safer. Humans are slow to change. Yeah, humans are the ones who are slow for the most part. I mean, not for the most part, in some cases. The thing is like, you know, you're gonna have it's gonna happen regardless of how you feel about it. You know, you can't stop progress. You can try to get in the way, but then you become like the Nazis. Like they literally, you know, I don't know if you know Nazi history, like the history of like the Holocaust, but the Nazis literally started by silencing like gender studies and trans studies. There was important studies going on in like medical research that was very academic. It was not about like trying to force people to be trans or whatever. It wasn't. It's just like, hey, there's this phenomenon that exists in our society. Let's actually see what's going on instead of just shutting it down. And that was happening. And then the Nazis like completely like found all books related to LGBTQ, related to trans studies. They burned them all. They destroyed and burned every single gender academic research clinic. Yeah, we're all just silly humans. Yeah, pro-progress and anti-Nazi, I think that's a pretty reasonable position to hold. I don't really think that, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's like, that should be the default. Like, I feel like if you have anything other than that, then there's like a problem. Like, I don't think that anybody's like, I mean, if you're pro-Nazi, that literally just makes you a Nazi. Like, you can't be accepting of non-acceptance. Because people say, oh, there's two sides to the equation. Like, no, there's not two sides. There's one side, and then there's the evil. And the evil is like, we are right, everybody else is wrong, and we will kill you if you oppose us. That is fascism. We will literally control you, and if you disobey, we end you. That is fascism. That's what they do in China. That's what they do in Russia. And honestly, that's what they want to do here in the United States. And the irony is that the people who are talking about, you know, their freedom of speech getting infringed upon, all those people who are like Proud Boys and all that, like they're literally the ones policing everybody. They're the ones who are like telling everybody they should be a certain way or else. You know, that they're, you know, like literally like nobody in the LGBT community is trying to indoctrinate anyone into being trans or into being gay. There is absolutely no evidence, and if there is, that's an insane person. That has nothing to do with the community at all. That's just like an insane person. And, you know, people are starting to get it, but like it just sucks. The mainstream media really doesn't cover this, and I think the mainstream media, I feel like there should be more checks and balances on media. Like, I feel like you should have like a legal requirement to like not inflate the truth, to like be hyperbolic because it sells more. You know, like I feel like it should be like against the law to like sensationalize things that like target and endanger entire demographics of people. When like Fox News constantly has pundits on that are like, the gays are going to groom your children, like that should be illegal to say. Like that is literally like destroying lives. The water looks nice. I know this game is actually really enjoyable. I really liked, I mean, it's really good for just like chatting. Like just hanging out and just chatting with you guys, like literally just fishing. This is a very realistic game. Like it's literally, this is what fishing is like. It's literally a fishing simulator. Except I don't have to smell all the tackle. I don't have to go out and like hike places and be out in the, I mean, it's nice. I want to be able to do that, but I should be able to just like chill here and do a virtual version, you know? You groom yourself? Yeah, you gotta shower and take care of your beard if you have one, or you know, whatever, because I mean, like, you don't want to get sick. Plus it looks bad. But you know, obviously if somebody wants to look bad, that's their prerogative. But I really do feel like, you know, a lot of people are like doom and gloom. If you just take a shower, you'll feel like 80% better most of the time. Like if all you do is just turn off the computer and go take a shower, and you know, these people who are like on Twitter for like days at a time, like constantly finding people to argue with, if they just like got off their computer and took a shower, they'd probably solve 80% of their problems. Okay, I'm gonna ban you. Oh, for them. Okay, I thought you meant you personally felt that. Yeah, that's the way they see it. They see it as, they don't understand that there's a reason why people are like firing them. Because first of all, the people that are employing them are literally practicing their First Amendment right of defending their free speech to fire you within the law too. If it's a hostile work environment, if somebody is anti-gay or anti-trans, and like, well, there's gonna be gay people in the workplace. You know? So if you go out in a rally and like say all gay people are groomers and all of them need to be extinguished, well then I'm sorry, you're gonna lose your job if like somebody feels that that creates a hostile work environment. You shouldn't have to work with somebody who's like wants to kill you. You know? It's kind of ridiculous. And also it's their First Amendment right. It's literally their business. They have the right to fire anybody at any time for any reason, unless it's directly about their identity, about their religion, or about, you know, and then people say, oh, you know, they hide behind their idea of religion because, oh, you know, I'm Christian and my Christian faith says that I have to hate people. It's like, you know, where in the Bible does it say you have to hate gay people? Trans people aren't even mentioned. But honestly, if you look into the history, like the actual mythology of like Judeo, like Abrahamic, like Judeo-Christian, and like all that kind of mythology, like Hebrew mythology of like archangels and stuff, they actually are like both genders. They can switch, like it's depending on like the context. They usually like, they kind of tend towards one gender, but like some, you know, like Ariel is sometimes female, is sometimes male. Like the archangel, like all these archangels in like Hebrew mythology and stuff like that. Like literally this whole mythology of like these Abrahamic religions is revolved around transness. So it's like, if anything, like it doesn't specifically mention it, but like all these like angels and stuff that's mentioned in a lot of the texts that are outside of like the main texts, but they're still part of like the culture, they're still part of the mythology. Like all these angels and stuff are like really like either genderless, or they're very like gender flexible. Like they switch, because honestly gender is just a direct expression of who you are. Has nothing to do with like it's just who you are. Like it shouldn't matter to anyone except the individual. Well, the thing is there's a reason why people are getting mad. There's a reason why people are firing people. It's not random. It's not fascism. You know, like people defending their dignity, people defending their right to feel safe in the workplace, that's not fascism. If somebody is hostile in the workplace by going around saying, I don't think these gay people should be able to get married, and there's literally a gay person who works with you, that's a hostile work environment. That is literally against the law. Like, it's literally against the law to like to discriminate in the workplace. And so somebody has the right to fire you, just like you have the right to say, you know, if you're gonna say freedom of speech, well, what about their freedom of speech to say you're a fucking dickwad, you know? You know, hey, like, I don't want you working here, you're a dickwad. Yeah, I mean, that's your manager's, you're the person in charge of hiring and firing. If you're being a dickwad, that's not protected under the government, you know, under law. Being a dick is actually like, you know, if you threw stuff at like around and like shouted at people at your work, you're gonna get fired. You know, if you start like harassing people at work, you're gonna get fired. So it's like, it's no different. In fact, it's worse if somebody is like directly targeting people of directly marginalized groups. Like if somebody is like trans and you're walking around saying, oh, well, I don't think that person is really who they say they are. Well, that's harassment. That is a hostile situation. That's a hostile work situation. Because, you know, it's like, hey, like you're literally denying my entire existence. You're denying my right to feel safe in the workplace. And, you know, that's protected like it's actually protected under the Constitution or whatever, somewhere. I don't know the details. But I do know it's protected. Like you cannot discriminate. Like that creates a hostile work environment. And also, if it wasn't even about that, if you were at work or even away from work and you're acting like a fool, you know, like you get arrested for like breaking people's cars and shit, I think that your boss is totally in their right to fire you. If they're like, hey, I don't want somebody who's like gonna break shit like in my job. Like, oh, what are you doing? I didn't even do it at work. It's like, who cares? Like it's their, you know, it's their right. They if they know about it, like, you know, like, and they find out about it and they're like, hey, I don't like that. I do think there should be some protections outside of that. Like if you lose your job, you should not lose everything. I do feel like people should not just lose their entire livelihood just because they get fired from a job. I feel like, you know, like people should have some safety nets. But that's a whole different issue. And I feel like, you know, you should not be guaranteed a job just because you're hostile, but there should be a path towards redemption. You know, sometimes people leave a workplace for whatever reason, and, you know, honestly, it's none of your business. Like, if you work with somebody, that's a different person. That's your coworker. Their personal lives are not your business. What's in between their legs is not your business. Who they have sex with, not your business. You know, it's literally none of your business. You might personally disagree with their life because people might think it's a lifestyle. It's not a lifestyle. It's literally who they are. And it's like they're just trying to live their lives and like not bother anybody. And then if you get offended by it, well, that sounds like an individual problem. That sounds like a you problem. And it's kind of weird that like somebody gets so angry about what somebody else does. Like, come on. Like, what if that person liked to go fishing and you hated fishing? It's like the vegans. I really don't like vegans because they're like, I understand wanting to protect animals, but trying to force everybody to be vegan, which is not effective, and it's also not going to happen. But even if people went vegan, like the vast majority of people are still going to buy meat. So it's like, I think you should just treat animals safely and not like cruel. There should not be animal cruelty. You know, there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can regulate that you know says like, oh, if you can't do these certain such and such practice if you're going to be raising livestock, you know, for meat, for consumption. There's a lifestyle separate from it, and that is kind of it. But at the same time, like, you don't have to agree with it, but like, you know, like, keep that to yourself. Like, it has nothing to do with you. You don't have to live like that. You don't have to be gay. I mean, if you're not gay, then you're not gay. But, you know, you could be straight and be a part of the LGBTQ lifestyle of, like, socializing. Like, there's a social culture involved with LGBTQ. I don't really consider myself a part of that. That's separate, but you have to understand that it's very deeply emotional and intrinsic to being, like, it's almost indistinguishable from being gay or from being trans for a lot of people. And I think that people need to understand that it's not the same as like going to like a Magic the Gathering, you know, club, or going to like a fishing club or an archery club. It's not a club, okay? There's kind of a club. I'm pan too. There's kind of a club of being LGBTQ, but it's rooted in oppression and standing against oppression. So it's more like a movement rather than a lifestyle. It's a movement. And it's solidarity, and it's showing everybody, hey, we're not going away just because you want us to. We're gonna exist. And some people, I feel, take it a little bit too far, but you know, that's their prerogative. And as long as they're obeying the law and respecting other people, because obviously the law can change, and sometimes the laws can be really bad. But you know, that's a discussion for the lawmakers and for the people who are voting the lawmakers in, and for the town halls that allow public discourse on those. I love everyone. I don't love everyone. I don't love people who want to kill me. I don't love people who want to completely strip away my entire existence, who want to erase me, who would rather me be gone, who want me to live in suffering. I don't love those people. Understanding really, I mean, I think at the end of the day, tolerance is where it starts. If you don't have tolerance, then understanding just won't come. Because it doesn't matter if you don't understand what it means to be trans. You don't have to. You know, especially if you're not trans yourself. I'm still figuring it out. But, you know, like, I want people to understand that, like, hey, like, there's a very large amount of people. It's, you know, it's 1% of the population, but it's a very large amount of people. Even if it was one person, it would be wrong for this person to have to live in constant fear and discrimination. I don't think anybody should do that. I mean, obviously, there's a difference when it's like that person is like literally like wanting to like cause destruction and pain. Like, you can't tolerate intolerance. It's like people saying, oh, well, if you want to tolerate everyone, why can't you tolerate my beliefs that like, you know, Jewish people are controlling the planet or whatever, or that like or that like trans people are grooming kids. Like, well, that's not a belief. Like, you can believe that, but that's a harmful belief that's affecting an entire demographic of people. It also depends on your definition of love, because I don't want anyone to suffer, and in fact, I want all these evil people to not be evil. So I love them in that sense. That I see that they are like a human being. I love them as far as like that goes. I really don't know what you're trying to say, Clacky. Oh. Whoa, shit. You're banned. You're banned. Not because of this, I'm not gonna show it. You're banned. Get fucked. You're a fucking white supremacist. Get fucked. Because of your name. I didn't know what a clacky was. It's like celebrating blackface and shit. Get fucked. Get the fuck out of here. And honestly, you're giving me some weird vibes. Because you're talking about like tolerating people who hate people. Just get the fuck out of here, dude. We're trying to fish. Okay, fishing has nothing to do with being racist and transphobic and homophobic. Okay, just because there's an aesthetic of fishing associated with like redneckery or whatever, just because there's this idea that fishing is only for certain people, fishing is neutral. You know, don't ruin fishing. There's certain people who like, you know, associate stuff like fishing or hunting, you know, with like a certain aesthetic. Like, you're ruining it for everyone else. Some people like fishing, and doesn't mean they're like super right wing. Fishing is fishing. And obviously that person didn't say that. I'm just using it as an example, you know, just because that's what I'm doing on stream. Yeah, I should have looked up that person's name. I thought it was no big deal. But now, like, hearing this person talk about people, talking about like misgendering people on purpose, talking about accepting other people for having hateful beliefs, you should try it. Like, no, I'm not gonna try to understand a fucking Nazi who wants to kill people. Like I'm not. There's certain things you just avoid. You know, like, I don't want to read a 150-page manifesto written by somebody who wants to kill all black people. Okay, I don't want to read that. I don't have to read it. I don't have to consider that person's beliefs, because that person's a psychomaniac. Okay, there's certain things that you just avoid. Like, I don't go out and look at like snuff films. I know they exist, I don't have to watch it. I don't have to like watch extremely violent footage. Yeah, either way, I'm not gonna, you know, it's not a big deal. That person was really flying under the radar. You know, you're not gonna freaking, you're not gonna get me, okay? You're not gonna bait me, okay? I'm the master baiter. Oh, gotcha, gotcha. They do this shit to Asmongold. Honestly, I've been watching a lot more Asmongold lately. He's been really going on a kick of like stating like he's been doing more just chatting. I think he's trying to get into like more like discussions and like political stuff. I think that's pretty cool. I mean, I pay attention to that stuff. And honestly, I think that like, nobody's perfect. Some people are not like 100% informed, but that's how you learn in a lot of cases, is you talk to people. And I feel like he's pretty reasonable. But I do like sometimes think that like, I don't know. You can disagree with people. Doesn't mean you have to like cancel them. You can't. But you know, I feel like when you start canceling people in your mind, it starts cutting yourself off. And also I feel like when people try to cancel people like streamers and stuff, like you're really putting a lot of energy into something that really doesn't matter. Like even if like a streamer was like, you know, within terms of service, but they were like saying like really shitty things. Like, I feel like there's worse people out there that you should probably put your energy into trying to, you know, get out of office or, you know, whatever, or get deplatformed. Like people like J.K. Rowling, who has like a very large following, and she's basically made a hate group, like an actual like clan of people who think that trans women aren't real women. People who may potentially rise to violence against trans women. A person who's like giving fuel to people who want us to not exist, who want to erase us and would prefer us to not be here. You never know what they're gonna do. And if you have an extremely large platform, I feel like there should be like legal responsibility. But I feel like there's an unspoken responsibility for people with very large platforms to like kind of be careful a little bit about what you say. Like obviously don't censor yourself. But I feel like if you're spreading hateful beliefs on a consistent basis, you know, freedom of speech only goes so far. When you're directly harming people. You know, just like Charles Manson. He went to prison even though he didn't pull the trigger. It's because he led a cult of people, and he got these people to kill the person. He told them to pull the trigger, and he may as well have pulled the trigger. So I feel like, how is it any different with people like J.K. Rowling, or like people like Jordan Peterson or Ben Shapiro? Like Jordan Peterson got banned from Twitter because he broke the rules, and he was literally saying like very outright transphobic statements. And then acting like he did nothing wrong. It's like, no, get fucked. You start being transphobic and shit, you're gonna get banned. And then like J.K. Rowling, she like goes as far as she can without actually stating her true beliefs because she knows she'll get banned if she starts talking about it. In fact, I think she should be cross-banned from every single platform because she actually published an essay talking about how trans women aren't women and are under a false narrative that has kept trans women in the fringe of society for generation after generation after generation, of painting trans women as like groomers, as like sexual predators, as people who are like freaks of nature, mentally unstable, like whatever. And it's like, dude, like when somebody's backed into a wall and they start screaming because you backed them into a wall, that doesn't make them mentally unstable. Okay, like you made that happen. You literally made that happen. You know, it's just like when like an abusive husband or abusive wife, abuses their partner, and then they call the police on the person, usually a woman. Then he calls the police on his wife because she like broke a dish, like, or threw something at him. And then like tries to convince the cops because there's no evidence that he was abusing her or whatever, because he was careful not. This is what abusers do, is they know that if they get caught, they're going to jail because they know they're committing a crime. Okay? So it's like what abusers will do is they'll wait until they have a moment where they can make you look like you're the criminal. And then they use it as blackmail, and then they actually do it. They're like, see, look at her. She's screaming. She's crazy. Take her away. And for the longest time, that's what happened. Women were driven crazy by their abusive husbands. But they weren't crazy. They were just defended, and they got gaslit so many times that it's like, how are you supposed to live in a world where nobody believes you? Where you feel like you're getting abused and nobody recognizes it. Nobody's getting punished for it. There's just like abuse after abuse after abuse, and then when you do something about it, you're seen as the bad guy. You know? Mm. I think I might need to get different, like, tackle. Let's see. What am I trying to get? I need the silver bream. I don't think I have caught one. So I'm gonna get some different, shop baits. Oh. Okay, got just some different hooks. Hook number 10. Buy a couple just in case. These are unlocked. Let's see. Common baits. Lures. Let's get some lures. Oh yeah, I like the worms, usually for bass. I don't have any unlocked, I guess. Lures. Oh. And this is in-game money, of course. Yeah, let's get some spoons. Okay, I'm gonna get a keep net. Let's get the large one, XS plus. I can't get. Let's get the super large one. Oh, I can't get it. Tackle boxes. Tackles 3 and line spawn. Let's get a tackle box. I can't get it. I think I have to. You have to like level up and do stuff. I think you have to unlock a lot of stuff from playing. Let's get some reels. Spin reels. Let's get this one. Oh, I can't equip it yet. But I need a rod. What have I done? Bait coin. To become the master baiter. Let's... Okay, I got some XP, got some cash. 69, giggity. Ah, you had the fish emoji. Yeah, we're gonna have to get all the fishing jokes out, okay? Get it all out of your system. Let's see, inventory. Let's number 10 hook. Oh, I don't, okay, I can't use those. I need to get some lures. I mean, I need to get some tackle, or baits. Cheese, barley. Let's just get some more bread too. Oh, oops, need to farm more. Yeah, I need some roach. Let's get the barley. It looks like I need to you need to level up or stuff before you can get stuff. Or I need like a special license, I don't know. Always fixing fish in Texas. Oh, I gotta go back to Texas. Because, I don't have enough cash to go back, even though I was already there. It's kind of weird if you leave, you have to pay to go back. Oh, Bloopy's here. We're in the Lone Star Lake. In Texas. Not rude. Nothing like relaxing, playing some fish, hanging out with chat, banning weirdos who try to debate me. You know, how about that for baiting people in a game about fishing? That's the only kind of bait we like here, okay? You know, besides the other bait. Not like weird Twitch chat baiting, okay? We don't do that. It's Weird Champ. Let me look at my... Oops. I don't know what fish I need to catch here. Okay, I need to catch some shiners and bluegills. Okay. So that I should switch to bluegills, shiners, and bluegills. This one targets cheese targets bluegills. So does the red worm. Pearl barley is specifically for roaches. For light. So I need to use, I'm gonna use some bread. Let's use some cheese. Let's get the bluegills first. Then we'll try to go for shiners. Oh no, the red worms will catch both. But I think the cheese might be more targeted. So let's try that. Oh. Wait. Strike! Woo! Got a bluegill! Okay, now I need some shiners. Yeah, I have a lot of bread. You know what's kind of funny is when I played Final Fantasy XI, like I would go fishing a lot. So it's kind of the same, except now I'm actually fishing. Yeah, become the master bait fishing. Become the master at bait fishing, and you become the master baiter. Start out as an amateur baiter. You can work your way up to the master baiter. Yeah, nobody's ever said that joke Nobody's ever said that joke. It's only been said by you, Rebecca. Nobody else has ever seen it, okay? Nobody else has ever said it. Okay? Ooh, we got a regular big old boy. That's a big old boy. Oh, I still can't equip the, I can't equip the other stuff yet. I guess you have to level up first. I mean, I guess you just have to, like, get up, you know, level up, and gradually you can upgrade your equipment. You can buy it. A white crappie? I got level 4. Oh, now I can use my stuff. I was literally just talking about that. Or maybe not. Oh no, I need to equip my... I got a fish at XS. Yeah, I don't think anything's changed. Yeah, we still got the .12 millimeter. I'm gonna get a glowing pear-shaped float. I just need some shiners now. Oh, we got some Chrono Trigger music. I always thought this song was so cool. Oh, I might have to make myself some dinner soon. Going on a picnic. Yeah, I'm gonna have a. I'm enjoying myself. This is a good relaxing activity. Okay. Yeah, because of the fish head XS, I can now have 2 kilograms. I can have 2 kilograms instead of 1. Oh, no. My fish is... Okay, never mind. Nothing's changed about that. I think I may have bought something that I already had. Oops. Oh, well. Whatever. We're gonna keep playing and just figure it out as we go. Not a big deal. I mean, it's literally just a fishing simulator, okay? Like, relax. You don't need to min-max. Okay. I need to get some shiners. Yeah, they target the same thing. Change spot for shiner. over at the bridge. I'm gonna try this one. How you doing, Pugile? Or Pugile? Pugile! Oh, must be Italian. Fragile! It's a lamp! It's a leg! It's a leg! It's a beautiful leg! A major award! It's a major award! Oh, it's the opposite over there. Like, oh, I'm pointing at it. You can't see me pointing at. You don't see what I'm pointing at, but directly in front of me on that bridge. I see. I'm gonna. Oops. Let me go run over there. We're in Texas, okay? We're gonna have some good old American fishing. Because we're Americans. We're the only ones who fish. And only those of us in Texas. No other state is American, only Texas. That's not a bridge. I thought it was a bridge. Oh, Marco? Well, welcome, Marco. We're hanging out doing some fishing. Oh, already getting some bites. Oh, we got a sunfish. Oh, perform a certain number of successful strikes in a row. I get one back coin, or bait coin. It's just such a relaxing game, like, for real. I used to go fishing a lot. Apparently you can get boats. And I can't wait to have, like, a more diverse set of equipment. Because I used to go, I think, floating inner tubes is, like, the best for fishing in any lake. I honestly think. If you like, you know, like you get those like super like fishing like rubberized, you know, like leg things that go like you get one of those so you don't get wet or anything. But if it's a hot day, you might actually enjoy being in the water. But there are issues with that because like you never know if there's like bacteria in the water. I think at the end of the day, if you what you want to do is you want to get a floating inner tube that has those rubber like insulation, so you might get really sweaty, but you should be able to you only need to use those when you're actually moving around. You can just kind of like hang out and chill. Like my dad would bring beer with him and we would hang out and like you know, just out in the lake all day. We would just move around the lake, get into the reeds and do some bass fishing. It was really great. It was probably like the most memorable moments of my life is going fishing with my dad. Sadly, I don't think that's ever gonna happen again. His health is just so bad. But I really did enjoy all those times, you know, hiking up, you know, going to a very clean lake, and we found all the spots where all the bass hung out. We used like worm lures, and we would put them right in the reeds. we would get so my dad would catch like non-stop fish. I'm not as good. I wasn't as good as him. But my dad would like be catching fish like non-stop. He had to like actually like send some back. And we would have fish for dinner like all week. Like it was great. Anytime I visited over, we would you know, we would go fishing, and then I would like spend the weekend with my dad, you know, at my grandma's house. Cause I don't know. Him and my mom were going through their divorce, and so my dad moved in with my grandma before she died. But you know, it's like all that kind of stuff. It was really just like some amazing memories, just going out to different lakes. We did have like a boat that was like a motor, and like he even had like the whole like fish radar thing. Like, yeah, it was kind of crazy. We had this crazy boat with like it actually, you could put like wood panel. It had like wood panels on the bottom. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna catch. I don't know if I'm gonna catch shiners here. Let me go back to that bridge. Attention line? What do you mean? Another white crappie. I think I need to empty my inventory. Getting the big bucks. Imagine gaining $151 for catching a few fish. That would be fucking crazy. Or maybe it depends on the time of the day. Maybe the shiners come out like later or something. Oh no, I need an advanced license. Oh, okay, here we go. We're knife fishing. It's really hard to see. Okay. Error on the line. What do you mean? I'm catching fish. I don't know what you mean by error. Like, what do you mean? Frisian? I still don't know what you mean. Like, what? Explain. Like, I don't know what you're... I don't know these terminologies. I just started the game. Like, this is my... I only started playing last night. We're getting some good white crappies. Oh, it's like fishing in Zelda. Destruction. I still don't know what you mean. Like, am I doing something wrong? Like, what is going on? You're not explaining what you mean, Pugil. I'm sorry, but I don't get what you're trying to tell me. I need an explanation. Like, I know that you mean to destroy the line, but why? What do you mean? Like, but why do I need to? Like, what am I doing wrong? That kind of stuff. That's what I'm asking. I'm sorry, Pugil. I have no idea what you mean by that. I apologize. I literally don't know what you're meaning. What does unlocked Frisian mean? You mean friction? But I still don't know what you mean. Like, why are you saying this? Like, what is the purpose? I'm sorry. I don't know if you speak English. As a first language or not. I don't know what you mean. I apologize. I'm not trying to be rude. I literally don't know what you mean. I don't know what you want me to do. Oh, you speak Italian? I'm sorry. I'm just trying my best to play the game. Oh, it's so dark out. We're literally fishing in the dark. That's crazy. Ah, god damn it. 180 degrees? I'm gonna have to get something to eat. Oh, my neck is acting up. I saw the osteopath on Wednesday. And I wasn't in pain that day, luckily, but now I'm in a lot of pain. Like, it's been flaring, it flares up, and then it doesn't flare up. She wants me to, like, exercise the muscles. So I got some, she wants me to do like a whole body workout. So I'm gonna be doing Pilates. Sammo balls. I have a very limited amount of tackle. I just started. I just have bread, some barley, and I have some red worms. No bread? It literally says that it catches shiners. Oh my god, it's Final Fantasy 11. Says target fish, crappie, bluegill, pumpkin seed, shiner, common shiner, carp, gray mullet. Should I switch to the worms? Or I should get the dough balls. Oh, golden shiner. I can't buy those yet. It won't let me buy them. I have to be level 5. So I need to level up to level 5 first. Here, it's too dark. It's weird. Meh. Let's just keep going. It's like getting peak time for night. Like, the most fish come out at night. So I actually want to be fishing at night. But it's just so dark. Is there like a way to look, like make it? I also need to get something to eat. Oh, flashlight. I don't have a flashlight. Skip day? No. There's more fish out at night, it says. Look, it says there's like more activity than any time during the day. There's no cooldown period from 9 p.m. and 5 a.m. Or what does this actually mean? On the yellow? If you wish to extend your stay, oh, it doesn't cost anything. Cool, okay. I have a lot to learn. I just started playing yesterday. Oh yeah, I need to get some food. I need to get some food, okay? I'll be right back. 1 minute. been eating like celery, apples, and peanut butter sandwiches all day. Oh, thanks for the follow, Nitsuj. Well, it looks like I just have to keep catching fish until level 4, and then I can get the bait that'll target. Ooh, got a new fish. I'm getting fish left and right now. Got one. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Oh boy. Let's get another one. We're gonna do this non-stop. This game is 100% all about fishing. There is no other activity. Okay. Woo! Slowly getting some XP. Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic is too fast. I don't think he could have the patience to fish. Almost. Hey, welcome back, Marty. Oh, it's a sponsored competition at the Everglades. I can't really go anywhere else. Too low level, not enough money in the game. Not enough equipment. We gotta farm some equipment, okay? Crocodilo. What we got here? And we got some fish out here in the wild. Very dangerous creatures. They swim around. They're gonna get you wet if you try to pick them up. We're dealing with vicious animals here. Crikey. Hey, I think we leveled. Woo! Ooh, I can get an adventure kayak. I can get new rods. And shiners! Dough balls. Unlocked a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, let's get some dough balls. Do I need like a specific type of reel? Specific type of line? Catfish and salmon. I've eaten a lot of different types of fish. I'm trying to think. I've had cod, like rock cod, salmon, tuna. Catfish. I don't understand why I can't equip it. Texas. I don't know what's going on. You watch Stranger Things? No, I haven't. I have a lot on my plate. Rockets? What? That's silly. I don't understand, like, why can't I get this rod? Why can't I equip it? I don't understand. Monoliter. I just don't understand. Like, why can't, like, why can't I equip these? Why can't I use them? Line length? I don't understand what's going on. I'm level 4. Why can't I equip it? It says level 3. I'm level 5. Why can't I equip it? Night catch is forbidden. Not really sure what's going on. Like, why can't I equip these? I'm level 5. It says level 3 required. It says level 1, level 2, level 3. I can't even buy the level 1 one. Like, why can't I equip it? I don't understand what's going on. Yeah, either way, I got the dough now. Maybe it's not compatible. Yeah, it wouldn't let me equip a new rod. It wouldn't let me equip a new reel. It wouldn't let me get lures. Like, how am I supposed to get a new rod if it won't let me use them? I don't understand. I'll just keep fishing. Now I can catch the shiners. Because I have the dough balls. I think with the other ones, it's really rare to get the shiners. I don't think it's 0 because it does say common shiner. But I don't think these are common. These might be uncommon or rare. Oh no, I have to release it. I'm all full. I just go back. Oh. The fresher the bait, the better for catfish. Okay. We're gonna go back to Texas. They also have Real Life Tackle. So they're like a fishing game, but they're also like a fishing company. That makes sense. Hurts so bad. Yeah, I mean, I literally just started this game last night, okay, so it's, it's not like I'm like this expert at fishing either, but also, this is a game, so it's gonna have its own mechanics and rules and stuff. Well, I got another bluegill, but it's a personal record. Look how big it is. Look at that big boy. We've been going for almost 3 hours? Are you serious? I feel like I just clicked starting streaming. How have I been live for 3 hours? What the fuck? We've been fishing for 3 hours, guys. What the hell? How has 3 hours gone by? That's insane. This does not feel like 3 hours. I feel like I'm being gaslit. 2 hours and 50 minutes live? I feel gaslit right now. Are you serious? Has it been almost 3 hours? I can freaking stream this game every day if that's the case. Jesus Christ. How the hell? How the hell has this been 3 hours? It only feels like it's been like an hour at the most. Oh, jeez. Yeah, when you're fishing on your computer, time flies. Well, fishing in general. Fishing is like probably one of like the most like time-intensive hobbies, and it makes time like fly by. You know, especially if you're fly fishing. I've never gone fly fishing. Like you use those special poles for fly fishing. I've never gone fly fishing. You know, that would be interesting if like long term, if I got like a lot more resources in my life, if I could just like travel and go fishing. I would have to bring some security because I really don't want to be out in the middle of the wilderness alone as a trans person, okay? Like, well, as a woman in general. Like, I just generally don't want to be alone. But, I mean, that would be good to, like, go with some people and do some fishing streams, IRL streams. Like, actually go fishing. Actually, like, research into it. Like, which fish I can catch, what reels I need, like, actually treat it like a video game. Instead of just like when I was a kid, I'm like, oh, it's just fishing. You just throw it in there and like you catch stuff. Like my dad would take care of all that part. Like my dad took care of all that stuff with, you know, like knowing what tackle to use and stuff. And he got me like this special rod and reel that was like unbreakable. Hi, Queen Medusa. Can you believe I've been live for 3 hours and I can't even believe it. I feel so gaslit. But I mean, OBS doesn't lie. It says 2 hours, 53 minutes. Yeah, bring your handy dandy gun. Well, if I'm in Texas, I can. California, I can't own a gun. Because I've been hospitalized. Not for another... not for another 4 years. In 4 years, like I don't even know if I don't know if that carries across state lines, but I can't own a gun for like you can't if you've been hospitalized. You can't own a gun for 7 years. I don't have a problem with that. I don't like guns. No, I don't need a gun. I need pepper spray. But honestly, if I'm gonna be out in the middle of nowhere in the wilderness, regardless, you know, because even if I was like a man, I'm still very like feminine. Okay, you understand? Like I'm not safe no matter what. Okay, like I need to be like I would bring friends anyway because that's more fun and also it's just safer. Bring my guy friends, unless they're the danger. Oh no. My friends are dangerous. They've seen things. They know things that nobody else knows. Ooh, Chrono Cross time. Such a relaxing freaking soundtrack. Amazing soundtrack. Wait, is this Chrono Cross? It sounds similar. I don't think it is. Come on, I gotta catch one shiner, okay? Before we end stream, I have to actually get a shiner. We've been on live for 3 hours, so it's about that time soon, but I have to get a shiner, okay? If we don't get a shiner, I'm gonna scream. No, I'm just kidding. We need a golden shiner or a blacktail shiner. And now I have the dough ball. Plus there's just a lot of parts of the country, especially. I mean, in California, I would be fine to fish. Like, pretty much everywhere. But like, if I go to like other states, I don't know, I just don't really feel safe, and especially in the South. Like, honestly. Hey, Bloopy. I'm gonna follow her. I think she's gonna tell me where the I think she's showing me where the where to catch the shiners. She kills me? What? You can't do that in this game. It's not that kind of game. It's a person in the NMP lol Discord. She's been helping. She told me about the game, and we were in off stream last night. It was with her and some dude, Minty Fresh. Oh, Super Minty Fresh is online. You know. Oh my god. We're gonna be here another 10 hours trying to catch this fish. I don't even know if I can. I have the dough ball. More personal records. Ooh, got 2 Baitcoin. It sounds like Bitcoin, but it's Baitcoin. Baitcoin has like no tradable value. When eating fish, do you prefer it butchered into strips or whole? I'll just eat it whole because it's just like you have to just be careful about you know, not eating the bones. You know, a fillet of fish is good too, but you know, when you cut up the fish, you know, you scale it, and you know, you can make fillets. You have to gut it and scale it. You get rid of the tail and the head. I mean, if you really like, you can get those, and like if you have a lot of fish, you can like grind those up and like make some kind of paste or whatever. You can even use that for tackle, like fish that are predatory that eat other fish. I think I'm gonna have to log out. I don't know if I can even catch the fish, but it's been like over 3 hours now. Okay, we don't want to use up all this time. Like, I need to go out and I need to like take care of my own life, you know, and my real life stuff. Can't just play video games all day. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast. As always, make sure to follow me on Twitter at Rebecca Lauren if you haven't already, where you can catch my random ramblings and stuff I share. Oh no, I got some oil. I spilled something on my tits. Okay. Yeah. If you haven't given me a follow on Twitter, please do so, because you can get updates on my ramblings and all that kind of nonsense. Okay. You know, make sure to follow me, and if you can, every time I go live, like and retweet my stream, so that I can you know, get more people to come in here and hang out. It'd be really nice, so that we can grow and I can build a career of some sort eventually. But either way, you know, in the end of the day, I'm responsible for my own stuff, so don't feel obligated or anything like that. Just if you really want to help, if you really want to support me, or if you just really like my content, just give me a follow on my socials. See you next time. Bye bye.